What is going on, NitroGang? Give me a couple seconds to a minute here to prepare. And we're going to start with the repair on the sickening HPI Nitro MT2 18SS. We have one new part here. I'm going to show you what it is in a minute or two from now. How you doing? We got Richard B here in the stream. NitroGang Queen Melissa. We got John Hensley. Now, guys, you saw me out there yesterday at the RC track, and something tragic, something painful happened. But just because I am a Nitro trailblazing trooper, I am out here today, well, mostly like in here today, trying to get another Nitro repaired. RPM Nitro, how you doing, man? I'm going to talk about what went down yesterday. Needless to say, I am on a good amount of ibuprofen right now. So for those of you that might remember, this truck has already been on the channel. I've had it for quite some time. This is, in my opinion, right, one of the most, probably the most desirable of the Nitro MT platforms. The 18SS, this was originally introduced as a kit only. Mud Digger, how are you, man? Happy Sunday to you. I don't normally do Sunday streams, but I checked across the NitroGang universe, watched a couple rap videos, you know, motivated myself just like P. Diddy did in this cell he was in. And I figure if P. Diddy can do it, I can do it. Okay, Nitro Pimp, what's going on, my dude? I understand you might have one of these as well, right? Either way, yesterday you guys were there with me. I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. So what part did I get? Can you guys see there clearly? Can you see? If not, I will show you. Now, this might seem like a real insignificant part, but I'm going to tell you something, guys. This part right here, the throttle arm, is one of the most significant and important features that you can, well, you need to have correct on this truck or else. And this goes for pretty much any rotary carb. This one is brand new. I recently picked it up from A-Main. I don't even think they are in stock. I bought about 2 of these. We got Michael Sucha. Yes, call me the correct username. I appreciate that, man. Every time I get called Hybrid, something happens and I get excited. Right. So thank you for that, Michael Sucha. Now, Thompson, how you doing, my dude? He goes, I got a question. Let me just take a little look at viewers' questions, and then we will continue. Mike Thompson goes, yo, how's it going? I got a question. You guys think it's worth getting a used Kyosho USA 1 V2, even though it's discontinued? I would say, yeah, man. I know one of our awesome channel members, John Hensley here, he is in love with the USA 1. To be honest with you, man, parts for a Nitro, honestly, not really a top thing in my list. You know, if you drive those trucks normally, you're not really going to have a significant issue with breaking anything, right? The main thing is that when you get one of those trucks, they are complete. And this goes kind of my philosophy in every single RC. As long as they are complete, chances are if you as the user does not destroy it, then it's unlikely that it will, you know, things will just break on their own. Generally, you know, if you have good, safe radio gear, you have a fail-safe setup, you have good radio signal, you have a good battery pack, your gear mesh is good out of the box, the engine isn't toast to begin with, there's a real low probability of anything going bad. You know, your throttle return spring is there. So I see people here saying, you know, yeah, the USA 1 is sickening. It all comes down to how much are you willing to pay for a used Nitro? You know what I mean? So based on that, I think my logic is pretty effective. You know, you guys see me with a bunch of used old RCs, but they generally are runners. But keep in mind, you know, they're not going to be like a Slash VXL that you can just run out there, destroy, and then not worry about, you know. So it's a different thing. If it's in good condition, the compression is better than normal. Oh, I would say normal at least. The engine-wise at least, Thompson, engine-wise on pretty much any big block truck, there's still plenty of big block engines on the market. Like, you're not limited by that. Kyosho, you can get parts for them. It just will not be easy. Oh, we got Alan. How you doing? ARC Nitro. Thank you for joining here, bro. Long time no see. Thank you for becoming a channel member again recently. All right, guys. So yesterday, you might remember, Ben, what's going on. Yesterday, I was out there, the RC track. And you guys remember what I was running yesterday? Well, I do, because I brought it to make it great. It was that Mega Tech. And it was quite a runner. The bad thing is, it was quite squirrely. It was squirrelier than P. Diddy's attorneys. Okay. We got a good question here from David. What's going on? What engine is in this? So this is the factory correct engine for this. I'm going to remove the body here. Yeah, good advice there from Nitro Pimp. If you're going to beat on it, you really want something like a Traxxas product. But, you know, it depends to which level. I mean, I've honestly bashed my USA 1 pretty hardcore. And nothing bad ever happened, right? But then again, I'm not really doing giant jumps with them. So we have ourselves here a correct factory 18SS. These models were kits only, meaning you had to build it. But unlike most other kits from other brands, they gave you an engine and a pipe and a header. You basically had to build it and get your own electronics. Personally, I think that's a great idea. Okay, long ago, that used to be called almost ready to run. Except, you know, this was still a kit. You had to build it. Can I get a hell yeah for the ARR? It was called the almost ready to run in other versions where you were lacking electronics. It was a good way to keep cost down and to get people started out with what they needed. Don't mind the cat hair. That's that right there. That's Sandy cat hair. You guys see that? Sandy's cat hair right there. Sickening. That's right. Nitro Pimp goes, yes, you also had to paint them. They came with clear bodies. Correctamundo right there. Nitro Jamie, Big Boys Toys, how you guys doing? Now, for those of you that were there yesterday with me live at the RC track, you saw I had some pretty significantly bad back pain. It didn't do much today, but I am here now, and that is what matters. I will tell you when the back pain went down. Do you guys remember when it happened? It went down when I went to touch an electric RC. So listen to me. Don't touch electrics at the NitroGang track. It was my fault. Should not have done it. Now, guys, let me go over this truck right here. So what you see here is 100% Nitro Pimp. Yes, it is actually totally true. I was fine. And then I went to go pick up that electric Sky RC motorcycle. And all of a sudden, my lower back pain just, well, it rushed on like a volcano. Okay? Like a volcano. Pretty bad. That is literally when it happened. So today, I'm hoping to make my back pain go away by touching Nitro engines. So far, it seems to be a placebo effect, but maybe this will be the cure. That is actually what happened. Yes, John Smith, that is exactly what happened. Appreciate you guys being here. So let me go over this. I actually don't remember what I did to this before. I might have set this up to run. These are some of the highest quality engines HPI ever put into, I would say, a non-Novorossi style engine, because, you know, they did have a collaboration, however you want to call it. You know, there's only one person here that knows what I'm talking about. Cooperation versus collaboration. Which one would you prefer? Personally, I prefer collaboration. Okay, cooperation, it's a different type of language. All right. Yeah, Melissa, you're gonna have to rub this on my back, because literally, Greg, how you doing, my dude? He goes, I have one of those 18SS MT2s. I'm working on restoring it too. Awesome, man. Tell us what condition yours is in. This one's pretty good. I got this from a guy that really loved his RCs, but, you know, they were in a unheated, unair-conditioned area for many, many years. Tarek, happy Sunday to you, man. As I said before, I was out there yesterday at the RC track. I touched an electric and my back hurt. I mean, I'm not a believer in garbage or nonsense, to be honest with you. I believe truth and facts and evidence matters. But if I was a gambling man, I would say the electric tried to take me down. What do you guys think about that? All right, so I'm going to talk about in a little bit why I have to be replacing the throttle arm. I don't know if many of you remember what it went down a while ago when I showed this. Just checking out to see if we have a receiver in here. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm not sure because I've been working a lot of different RCs lately. Don't remember if we have a receiver or not. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we have no receiver. It's okay. I don't really need a receiver in here to test the throttle throw, to test the servo throw. I mean, the throttle arm throw. It'll be fine. So for those of you that are maybe not recollecting what went down before, let me do a quick little zoom in on this. What does that throttle arm look like to you? RPM goes, can you still get these? No, bro, these are done. This is like 2005 level era stuff over here. So let me give you a quick little zoom in on this throttle arm. Tell me what you think about it. Does it look good? Does it look real good? That is Sandy's cat hair, by the way. Can't be doing nothing about that. He likes to sniff the nitros, you know. He walks around the nitro, sniffs them, lays by them sometimes. That's what happens, bro. That's what happens. So this is the 3D printed throttle arm that I made. I do not 100% trust this. That's why I haven't really ran this so far. And that is why I got myself a new part for this particular truck. Throttle arm and nut set. 15170. There it goes. So the correct throttle arm should be made out of a correct nylon material. Very, very important. The 3D printed part, it looks good, but I am worried that under stress and vibration, that this part will snap off. That is, in fact, what I am worried about here. That's why I wound up getting the correct part for this, guys. Now, today, another video came out on my second channel. I appreciate the very low views. It's very, very satisfying to know that it's low. Kidding around, it's not satisfying at all. But not here to talk about negativity. Let's get down to business. What matters here. All right, so I'm going to check what the throw of the servo should be. Okay, so basically it goes from this position to full throttle, which will be this position. All right, so servo throw matters. Trust me, it might seem like it's insignificant, but servo throw, when it's correct, will give you a really good window for adjusting your EPA and or dual rate if you so choose. Let me talk a little bit about what makes this 18SS model unique. Unlike the regular 18 Nitro MT2 that came out a couple years, the 18 engine in this is a black cooling head. We also have a larger fuel tank from the newer generations. James Simroth, how you doing, my dude? Happy Sunday to you. Okay. We have the factory HPI Dirt Bones tires. They are fairly lightweight and impossible to find these days. So I'm happy to have this. This actually is probably one of the best HPI option trucks they ever made. We have ourselves a 2-needle carburetor, high revving 18SS engine. That is an ABC engine. I think during this time period, HPI was still selling the T15. I don't think the G3.0, the T3.0 rather, was still put into one of these. So these were still normally sold as the smaller .15 engines. This one's in quite good shape, but, you know, It's old, and the factory throttle arm that I'm pointing to right here merely just snapped off. And that is why I got myself a new one. Now, getting these parts is close to impossible these days. I got lucky and bought it when the time was right. So what I'm going to do now, we got to remove the throttle arm. Now, it isn't that easy to do. There's pretty much a requirement, I would say. I could get it without removing the engine. I don't know. I'm going to see. What do you guys think? Should I take the engine out or try to get to this nut without removing the engine? That's the question of the day today. I would need like a fairly large nut driver for this. Hey, Melissa, can you bring me that wrench, that pouch of wrenches on the couch? You know, the one I use? Melissa, what? Can you bring me that pouch of wrenches I use on the top of the couch? John Hensley goes, what is the new RC from HPI? Well, they told us they will reveal it tomorrow. It's probably some sort of electric roller. Let's be real here. Let's be real. I'm going to see if I can... I mean, honestly, I should probably just remove the engine. Because I will have to actually... Yeah, I'm just going to start removing the engine.
I'm confused what you're saying. So, here?
I can't move too much because my back is hurting. Can you put it behind me somewhere?
Is this what you wanted?
Okay, my dudes, I'm back. Sorry for that little loss of volume there for a minute. I think I'm going to actually start removing the body because I'm going to have to install all these. All these parts are very, very important. The throttle arm does go through a lot of movement back and forth, obviously vibrations as well. And if that's installed incorrectly, well, no fail-safe will save you. You know why? Because your throttle arm will simply just fall off and the carb will be in pretty much any position. Canon stuff, how you doing, my dude? I got your message the other day. You're always welcome to the RC track. Yesterday I was there, as you know. Damaged my back. It hurts a lot right now. But I'm I'm having to pull it together right here. Wasn't able to do a stream last night, so I'm trying to pull it together to get what content and what I need to get fixed here today. That's the goal. No complaints, just getting it done. So I'm going to work on removing the engine to get to the throttle arm. It's a DJ Holman. How you doing, bro? Thank you for that. It's a pretty in-depth install, believe it or not. It seems simple, but the tolerances are... Oh, it feels this one has thread lock in it. The tolerances on getting the correct servo throw from the throttle arm is pretty in-depth. Yes, you could put it on however way you want. It will eventually work. But if you want to have a very good fitting throttle arm, it takes a little bit of finagling, as people say, finagling. Anybody here like to do a little bit of finagling? All right. This last one. Yeah, this truck is fairly clean. Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to have to cut that one out. I do want to get this truck ready to run, but as I said, my 3D printed throttle arm, I just don't trust it under the vibrations. It might seem like it's okay installed right now, right? The throw from the 3D printed part is good, and it seems to be solid, but under vibrations, it might experience different types of stresses, and maybe even a microfracture, who knows? Jerome Hawkins, what's up, man? Happy Sunday to you. Yeah, Terra goes, I would say that is the cleanest way to do it. Yeah. Trust me, guys, I have installed multiple throttle arms over the years, and it is very, very important. I'm going to get a little closer. And this logic goes for all rotary carbs. Your servo throw is very, very important. If you go even a little bit more back, you got to be careful because the way that this linkage is set up, the servo saver is actually also applying your brakes. So you want to be in the sweet spot for the throw of the servo. It's very important. You have to know where the end is. So basically mine should be about this much away from the cooling head. Let me put a piece of Sandy's cat hair over here, and they'll hold our position for us, huh? Yeah, NitroPim goes, a broken throttle arm at full pin won't end well. Exactly. So we'll remove it. I'll see how it is in this position. JP, how you doing, my dude? All right. So carb setup, as I was saying before, is something that you learn over time. It is real important. This goes for not only rotary carbs, but also slide carbs. Endpoint adjustments are real important. Some of the time, Lotus RC, what's up, bro? I'm actually trying to make a deal on a boat this week, bro. Rory Holler, how you doing? Trying to make a deal on a boat on Facebook. But I'm pretty much in a lot of back pain right now, so I've pretty much been laying on a heating pad. I wasn't able to go anywhere today. Today, you know, I just took a bunch of ibuprofen. I feel a little bit better, so that's why I'm doing this repair. But hopefully that boat is still available for sale. It's a, can't really reveal what it is because I got people out there trying to make my life worse than it already is. And that's just not a positive thing to do to your friends. Okay, it's just not a positive thing to do. Therefore, like the United Nations, I have had to keep secrets. I don't want to keep those secrets, but if the UN does it, so can I. Could I get a NitroGang hell yeah here today? By the way, all right, here we go. We're pretty close. Okay, I got the engine out. It's pretty easy to work on. I do want to mention, does anybody notice anything highly interesting on this engine? Keep in mind, what you see here is 100% factory for this particular truck. And what I want the answers to be are, look at that freaking clutch bell hardware. If you take a close look, the regular Nitro MTs don't have this. Monty Kriska, how you doing? Happy to see you here. This is kind of like the way the Savages are set up, where they have, look how smooth everything is on this particular model. It's just incredibly smooth. So this, I forgot what it's called. It's a flywheel? No, it's a clutch bushing. Also, we have nice anodized engine mounts. None of this is upgrades. This is how this truck was equipped from the factory. So, you know, the 18SS, I mean, it's no joke, guys. This is out of this generation of trucks, this is the one you want to get. Quite sure this is an updated pull start. These would have had the 18SS sticker on the back originally. Quite sure. All right. So now that we are looking at the engine, I'm not going to really spend too much time on the chassis in general. It's real nice. The shocks have held up real great over the years. Turnbuckles are fantastic as well. The steering gets stuck here sometimes. Give me a second. All right, here we go. Yeah, John Hurley goes, these are great little engines. I mean, these were some proper engines. I'm quite sure these were over 1 horsepower for the time period. Considering this was basically sold during the time of the T15, my least favorite engine in the world, the T15. Tarek says, was this the Rossi engine made for HPI? No, this was one step lower, but this was a proper 18 engine. Let me look up the specs for it before I tear it down, okay? If you guys want to see, I could look up some of the specs for it before I install the correct parts. So I see you guys are talking about Toki. Yes, Toki was a brand manufacturer for the 15FE, but they basically made the ABN engines. They didn't make anything like this today. Okay, so HPI 18SS engine. Here we go. It looks like there's like 2 generations of them. I'm not sure what the particular difference on the generations is, but I'll show you what the search results get us. So this must be the newer generation with the one that was an optional 18SS, not the one that came with the kit. But if you take a look at it, it's basically the same exact engine. 1.5 horsepower, 18SS. So, yeah, this was the one that, you know, for example, they're saying in the RS43, you can get a speed of 50 miles per hour. And the MT2, a top speed in excess of 45. So I think this particular one with this cooling head was the optional one. But the one that I have, it was the 18SS kit only, basically. Let's see, we could probably find the Nitro MT2 18SS. Yeah, here it goes. I'm gonna click this. All right, so this is the kit itself that we have. In essence, quite sure just a difference of generation. So it has a lot of upgrades, as you could tell. Let's see, slipper clutch, super tough, whatever, chassis is the same. Adjustable turnbuckles, that's actually an upgrade, believe it or not. Improved 2-stage air filter, that's also a big upgrade. These were never equipped unless you had, like, well, the Savages came with them, right? Machined steel diffs. Mo Beats, how you doing, my dude? Machined steel diffs. So these even had upgraded diff parts, right? 2-stage air filter, upgraded diff parts, whatever. Actually, they didn't mention a lot of the important parts on it, I see. Okay, so here is the engine itself. Yeah, I was correct. The black cooling head engine is in fact exactly what I thought it was. 1.5 horsepower. This would have been the correct backplate. Mine is a little bit wrong. But that is, you understand, a crazy amount of power for this time period. 4.18 engine for this time period, right? Yeah, super cooled. It says ABC, precision, airflow, whatever, high RPM power. So 1.5 horsepower from this particular engine. It's pretty significant, I would say. Let's see what else we got. We got a lot of different factory options over here that are already included. I'm not going to go over it too much, but all this stuff is real important. Especially this, machined steel diff gears. Very important on that aspect. All right, my dudes. Now that we took a detailed look at the engine, I think we could all agree this thing is worthy of factory correct parts, huh? Can I get a hell yeah? You guys are feeling like my back pain today. Sickening. Should be resting in bed, but I'm out here making nitro great again. All right, next part. Got to remove the screw. You know what's not a bad idea? I should look up the assembly manual for it. Let me look up the manual, just so I see exactly if they have anything interesting. I'm going to look up the manual. Give me a second right there, bros. All right, I pulled up the manual. I mean, I pretty much know how this goes together. It's no surprise. By the way, the carb assembly is. Okay, well, that manual's incorrect. Pull it up right here. I'm looking at the exploded parts view for the carb. Because there's basically a washer you got to install in a particular way. It's really not that particular, but without the washer, the whole assembly is going to move. That's the bad part. Yeah, so far I can't find the exploded parts view for the engine. That is odd. Okay, now I found it. All right. Huh, that is odd. All right, so this is what the manual says. So here is a throttle arm. Keep in mind, this is the old part number. The new part number is different, but they're basically the same for all their rotary style engines. That is odd. Where is that washer? So we have the nut on the outside, and we have just a throttle arm over here, and then this is the cover. All right, whatever. We'll get down to business. I don't want to get into it. I pretty much know how it's assembled. Yeah, Nitro Pimp is correct. The old one did not have the friction washer, it's called. Let me show you guys what I'm referring to. This part right there. That's a friction washer. So basically, when the nut presses down on the nylon material, you don't want it to move. And you need that kind of corrugated style pressure washer. Friction washer is the correct term. Andrew Pope, man, how you doing? Happy to see you here. Guys, Andrew Pope been a long-time channel member and friend of mine. Give him a hell yeah. I'm over here with back pain, bro, just removing engines, you know. Okay. So let me remove the old throttle arm. This isn't a really in-depth repair, but it's something that has to be 100% correct. Because due to vibrations and just, oh, perfect part. Look at that. My old Duratrax nut drivers. Perfect fit. That's right. And provider of EK4s from Andrew Pope. That's right. Never forget an EK4 dealer. All right. So basically, when I put the new one on, I need it to be in this position about. Because you could essentially twist this into any position you want. All right. You guys get what I'm doing? The goal now is just to remove this nut. And then we're going to have to remove the ball end over there. This part's fairly easy, but unless it's tight, you see how easily this thing is able to move? That's the bad part. You don't want it to just freely rotate like that. Yeah, John Hensley is correct. These air filters are pretty small, not the best. Obviously, this is not the correct air filter. I just have it here, like, you know, for testing purposes. All right. So now I'm going to spin this out because I had to basically 3D print this a little bit narrower than it needed to be. Fertily, how you doing, my dude? Tara goes, remove the filter. I mean, it's coming across okay so far, you know. You really don't need to remove the filter. I know this engine is really good compression. All right, so we got that. Everything seems to be good. That is just the rubber dust boot. Let me clean that up. I wish I had some toilet paper or something. Can't really move too much, so I got to use what I can, guys. All right. The compression on this engine is real good. I can demonstrate it to you. It's basically close to like new. Ugh, real tight. So that's it. We removed that. This is ready for the install of the new parts. Let me close it. This is a real precision type installation. I know it seems simple, but you could easily get it wrong. All right, so if you didn't already see, this is the 3D printed throttle arm I made. It looks good. I gotta say, it looks good. But the thing is, it's a really small piece. Mario, what's going on there, man? My issue with this is it's a small piece, and under certain vibration, it could probably snap. I just don't really. You see right there? All I did was apply a little bit of pressure, and it snapped because it's just a very small piece. I'm not gonna say anything bad about a 3D printing tech. It's just a small piece, is what it is. All right, I gotta remove this ball end. Yeah, Tarek. Yeah, bro. When I was yesterday at the RC track, I was helping my buddy break in a new nitro. I was doing him a solid. We were having a good time, and he brought the Sky RC motorcycle. I went to pick it up, freaking threw my back out. Real extra sickening, really. Let me see which tool is correct over here, guys. All right. I wish I never touched that damn motorcycle. Pandaphobia, how you doing? It's bad, bro. It's bad. I didn't go anywhere today. It's real bad. I'm gonna have to make a physical therapy appointment this week. All right. We got the old parts removed. And I'm going to just begin setting up the new throttle arm. So you guys could see okay? All right. So the old hardware is on the table. Right, this part, like I said, is real important. So today, by touching enough nitro cooling heads, I hope to relieve some back pain. So far, it's a 5% progress. 5%. Believe it or not, on almost all old HPI engines, this part is a real crucial. Especially with the old AM radios, this part could be bent completely out of shape. Very important that the throttle arm is in good working condition, because that will give you a runaway. All right, got this out. Okay. I noticed I had the throttle arm on the second hole, so we're gonna put it into the bottom hole. Let me see. So this would go this way. This would stick out in this position. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna turn this in and secure it. This is probably the most finicky RC repair ever, but it has to get done. I'm gonna use the second arm. That's position. That's where it was. All right, it's threading in. All right, it's going, baby. We got ourselves a threader. John Hensley wants to know if they put an 18 in an RS4 Evo. There were 18 SS models of the RS43, John Hensley. There were, and I actually have one. All right, so this is good. It's threaded in real good. It's tight. Yeah, so the factory HPI parts they're very good. So yeah, they did make an 18SS in a kit also at the same time as this. I do have one. Yeah, NitroPim has a brand new one, by the way. If you want to go to his channel, you could see it literally unboxed, brand new. Probably never going to find that anywhere. Okay, we got this. That's it. I'm basically just going to put this part back in. First thing we need is this washer. The friction washer. Nitro Pimp, I'm not sure. Does this go here or does it go on this side of... You know what? I think it goes on the other side. I think this friction washer doesn't go here because we have a rubber grommet. I think it would actually go on this part. Yeah, I think it would go there. All right, so now we have that. Yeah, arm washer nut, correct. Yeah, but you can't go on that side because basically this plastic needs to be clamped onto. The other side is rubberish. All right, here we go. It's a little on the finicky side, but once you get it threaded, it should be good. All right, it's going. All right, now I'm going to move it up this way. Yeah, I can already tell, even with the nut not tight, there's a good amount of friction. So what I need to happen is at the end of the throw, I need it to be how I had it before. We could fix that though. All right. So I'm gonna hold it and use the nut driver to tighten it. Let me check the throw now. I'm basically trying to duplicate. Nope, you see right now, the throw's too much forward this way. I need it to be more that way. With it not being fully tight, I could still move it a little bit. Now, yes, you could also do minor adjustments with it attached later on, you know, with throttle trim. But this is a good way. You want the throw to basically be like almost a 45-degree diagonal, like that almost. Make sense, everybody? Trust me, this is, in my opinion, the most important setup tip for anything with a rotary carb. The most important. All right, I'm going to tighten it now. As you tighten it, you really want to hold it so it doesn't go in that direction anymore. All right, it's going good. It's going good. All right, let me check again. All right, so far the throw is okay. And now, yeah, I could literally, it's basically locked. That washer on the inside, it literally is doing a great job over here. And our rubber is not being ruined by anything. Man, HPI, we need them to release a nitro again. I left them comments, they don't care. Let me tighten it a little more. Make sure it has a good range of motion. All right, that's it. No more is needed. What do you guys think? Should I have went a little bit more back? I might have, probably was a little bit more back that way, no? Maybe. All right, give me a second. I got some back pain over here. I got to sit straight for a while. Oh, man. Nitro's not going to repair themselves, my dudes. That's why I be doing this tonight. Keep in mind, I got work tomorrow. I think it's basically done. It's time to put it back in. What's up, all aspects, man? How you doing? Real good hardware on these engines. 2-needle carbs, metal all-body carb. And yes, I sealed it with silicone pretty much everywhere possible. Stone, how you doing, man? All right, guys, I think You know, obviously when the radio's installed, I'll have to adjust the throttle trim correctly, not to over push it. But the carb seems to be in good condition. This is not a bad time to also check your header bolts. So let me check the tightness on the header bolts. This one's tight. That one is tight also. That's it, babe. It's tight. JP, yes. One of, unfortunately, you noticed it. Yeah, you got Hawkeyes over there, bro. You freaking hawk. Yes. One of the screws is stuck in the motor mount. I tried to extract it. It's small. Nothing I can do with it right now. I mean, you know, I still have 3 other ones and one on this side. I guess I could attempt to drill it out, which I think I did. I had this removed previously. I tried to drill it out, but I couldn't get it. These are pretty small holes. I really want to mess with it that much. I mean, that's it, guys. I mean, in terms of the repair, it's pretty much solid. Yeah, this one fires up well. There's no engine issues of any kind, really. JP, man, I'm sorry I missed you live today. I was laying on a heating pad for like 80% of the day. Let me connect the fuel lines back, and I'll install the linkages and the engine with the gear mesh correctly. I mean, these trucks are pretty easy to work on. Timothy, how you doing, man? All right. I'm gonna put the engine back in. Let me get the. It's always easier to get the carb linkage in first, in case you know you got to move it or whatever. But I think it should be fine. All right, throttle linkage is connected. Thanks for using those emojis from John Hensley. All right, that's it. We're gonna do the gear mesh at this point. John Hensley, thank you, bro, for that channel donation. I appreciate it. Something with this linkage. It doesn't seem to want to move. Seems to move now. Man, moving these high-tech servos is not easy. They have a lot of resistance. I'm gonna have to take a look at the servo saver linkage. All right, let me get some of the screws in the engine mount, and then I'll be able to adjust the gear mesh. As we know, one of them is stuck over here. There's not much I could do on that one. But it'll be okay, I think. Appreciate you guys being here today. Don't normally do Sunday streams, but yesterday, you know, my day was cut short due to touching electric and pulling my back. I still think it's enough screws, really. It'll still be 4 screws, so could be worse. Jeremy goes, what brand of seal on the carb? What do you mean by that question? I am not sure. Oh, thank you for that membership gift from John Hensley. Pandaphobia, welcome. Welcome, man, welcome. Yesterday's stream is actually members only. The one where I pulled my back. The one where I ran the Megatech. So for those members out there that want to check it out, you can. I mean, extracting the bad screw is something I'm going to have to say for another day. Because that's a situation that is not easily repairable at this point. Jerome said sealer. Okay, my bad. Let me show it to you, man. This was a recommendation from our awesome channel mod, Lotus RC. He told me to pick up this particular Ultra Copper Permatech sealer. It's good on pretty much everything. Fuel, nitro, will not destroy anything. I've used it so far. It's very, very solid and reliable. High temperature also. Fairly inexpensive. RC Cape Cod, man, how are you? Timothy goes, hybrid. Do I think Traxxas should release a new nitro? I mean, yeah, you know, obviously, you know, we would say yes. But will they? Probability says no. What is going on over here? Something broken? Oh, yeah, there was some gunk in there. All right, so I'm going to get in the 3rd screw. Yeah, the chance of Traxxas coming out with nitro is probably -2. Honestly, I would say we're lucky they still sell nitros at this point, or parts. Because it looks like all their R&D is obviously going to electrics. All right, I got this mostly. I'm going to do the gear mesh in a second. Yeah, so this week I'm looking to pick up a nitro boat. Hopefully that deal will go down. Can't tell you the brand of the boat because somebody's going to try to steal it. Let me do the gear mesh at this point. Not yet. You know what? This part holding the pull starter is giving me a hard time with the gear mesh. I'm going to loosen the pull starter holder. Because it's fairly tight in here. And it's holding the pull starter in such a way that it's tough to get an even adjustment on the gear mesh. All right, so now I can do it normally. Also, the pipe holder. You should be able to adjust the gear mesh without those 2 things. All right, now could slide it in and out evenly. All right, seems okay this way. Could I get a hell yeah for Sunday Night Nitro? Mill Hunky goes, what do I think is the most likely gear to break in a T-Max 3.3? I mean, it's always going to be the spur gear. The spur gear is designed to be the weak spot, right? I mean, you know, based on driving condition and user error, you could basically break anything. You can break a diff, you can break a pinion if your gear mesh is incorrect. But statistically speaking, a little tight. Let me see. No, that's good. Statistically speaking, the spur gear is designed to go first. Dan Davidson, thank you, man. Oh, man. I don't know how I'm going to go to work tomorrow. This is pretty bad. Yeah, the spur gear is designed to statistically go first. I think it's a little tight, to be honest with you. I'm going to have to move it out. You also don't want to have very tight gear mesh. Because what will happen is some excess heat due to friction. That's good. Seems good. I'm just looking at the gear mesh. You guys can't see it, but I see it basically pretty well from where I'm sitting. Texas Hillman, happy to see you here. It says back pain Sunday, you know. No. I can feel a little bit of notchiness. The thing is, the way I have it positioned here, it's hard for me to adjust it correctly. All I gotta do is move it up a little bit, and we should be okay. Sickening. Some of these screw holes are also not the best at this point anymore, it seems like. I think I got it. Let me put it down, roll it. All right, it rolls pretty smooth. It's a little tight. Put back the throttle arm came off. It's a little tight. I'm not happy with that. You don't want to have very tight gear mesh. So the problem is we have, it's a little bit stuck in there for some reason. That seems okay. Got a question for you all. Anybody here tried the new Popeyes chicken wrap? All right, seems good. Anybody here tried the new Popeyes chicken wrap, bro? Later, JP, man. You have a good night. What about the Popeyes chicken wrap? You know, McDonald's is back with the snack wrap. It's a battle. They're trying to battle. No, now it's too tight again. This is the most annoying part right here, by the way. All right, seems good. I'm gonna tighten this up. Yeah, BMR, their wrap, the Popeyes one, is actually $4. What would you say if a Popeyes chicken wrap were to show up in my hand right now? What would you say? You think it's possible? Break a leg, how you doing, my dude? Yeah, we try to eat at home. But, you know, when the snack wraps present themselves, I go get me one. All right, Texas Hill wants to see a snack wrap. Melissa, make it happen, please. All right, BMR, I'm going to pull out the Popeyes one, like, literally right now. Melissa. 25. Count down a minute. We're going to get it. I meant 30. Do 30. All right, my dude, the gear mesh is sickening. Look at that. It's a roller. It rolls beautiful. I don't feel no resistance. Normally, I would go fire up a nitro right now. I can't really do that much walking. My back is pretty much trying to take me down today. From that damn electric. We're going to enjoy ourselves a, like the viewers wanted. This has to be placed in a special orientation. This is not the right orientation, man. Orientation matters for people and for RC parts. I think it's this way. This is the pull starter holder that I'm messing with right now, by the way. Nitro Pimp Man, you have a good night. Okay, so to get it done. Oh yeah, yeah, I be using the microwave. Did a lot of research on microwaves, guys. They've been around this country since the 1940s. So far, no single death has been contributed to a microwave.
Here.
All right, hold on a second.
Only 30, right?
Yeah. Trying to get this finicky thing in there. It's real finicky, bro. Oh, yeah, it's because of that. This is the tube that has to be through it. That's why I was having a hard time. The pull start holder. Hold on, I'm dealing with finicky stuff. Oh, God.
It's gonna be a little behind you, but
Yeah.
so don't knock it down. I didn't take out the trash. The trash.
Well, I mean, someone's going to have to take out the trash. I can't do it. I'm injured.
Come on, I'm tired today, babe.
Well, I can't do it. We're going to have to wait till next week then. God, how this thing goes.
I'm exhausted.
I'm going to have to do this later. Okay, I'm going to have to do that later. Forgot it. It goes in a special position. I'll just do it later, whatever. All right, guys, what do you say? You want to see the Popeyes wrap or what? Non-branded wrap. They ran out of printing material, I guess. So this one is $3.99. This is the honey mustard one. sickening. Basically, one of their tenders with cheese, lettuce, and a pickle. That's basically it. $3.99. Sickening deal. What? It seems modern fast food is just developing ways to recreate things they already have on their menu. I mean, it's not terrible. John Henson, you talking about this truck? Is it a short course or a stadium truck? This would have been considered a stadium truck. Short course wasn't around yet at this time. In my opinion, short course came out maybe 2 to 3 years after this. So, yeah, the Slash was really the very first popular short course model. There were other styles before that, but they weren't a dedicated short course chassis. Gotta tell you, I'm not a pickle guy. Well, like fresh pickles, yeah. But not pickles in like wraps. Well, at least the chicken is cooked. Yeah, I don't know why they're putting a pickle in chicken. It doesn't make any sense. It's like putting vinegar on a watermelon. Popeyes that not doing it, not getting it done. I mean, if you want pickles, what you really want is like half sour pickles, in my opinion. The half sour pickles are good. John, bro, how you doing? Back is killing me. It's doing bad. I mean, this was $3.99. Honestly, this is a solid $2 deal all day. But $3.99 is a little up there, in my opinion. $1.99, I give it a hell yeah. Oh, we got a boat deal going down. Boat deal, guys. I'm typing back to the guy right now. Boat deal just went down. Can't tell you which one it is. I might post it for members only later. Lotus, it's definitely a nitro. 100% nitro. Thanks, Tarek, man. Do you guys know how hard it is to chew right now without making any noises? It's very difficult. I have one dedicated viewer. No Music RC. Every time I eat something on a stream, tells me to stop making noises. Hey, I'm doing this for you, bro. Trying to not make a lot of noises, okay? It's definitely not a Nitro V. But in terms of scale, I would say it's probably equivalent to a 10 scale. in terms of scale. You know, in terms of power plant, it's a small block boat. And hardcore nitro. All right, so pretty much good install. Let me see why I couldn't install. Definitely not a Traxxas boat. The Traxxas, I already have a Traxxas V. This is a simpler boat. The V is a very complicated boat. Not, you know, I don't mean to say it's bad, but, you know, it's a complicated vintage boat. You know, with the return to shore, all that. Sometimes you just want to throw a boat in the water, bro. Why am I not able to get this thing in there correctly? This is the holder. Jeremy Hawkins wants to know, what is the length? The length is, I don't 100% know. I'm thinking it's probably like a 27-inch hull. There's generally like a 27-inch to like a 32-inch in the Nitro boat world. Well, I got the ocean. I mean, I got water, but it's just called the ocean. That's the problem. You know, when you take one of those things to the ocean, well, you're going to have yourself a cleaning party. I'll do it. Why can't I get this thing in there? I forgot which way this is supposed to go. It was positioned this way. All right, we're going to get it right now. It's very important that this thing is positioned correctly because it holds the pull starter cord. Why is it not going in right now? I had it in before. Oh, okay. No, this is not the way it's supposed to go in. It's supposed to be this way. All right, that seems good. Believe it or not, that little piece is quite important. Over time, if you pull the cord in a wrong position, you will fray the cord. That's fine. All right, you see that? It guides the pull starter itself. That's the important part. Very, very important. Also, over time, these pull starter dampening parts, they will go bad. And if the cord isn't retracted evenly, basically your handle is going to be real low. It's not going to be comfortable to fire up. Take a look around this side. Okay, we got the pipe in. Lotus, I think you know, I have one of the big bad boats as well. There's something with the steering. I'm not able to get the steering to move. Let me do a little diagnosis on the steering actually while I'm sitting here. So I'm going to diagnose the steering, see if it just moves on its own. All right, we got the linkage off for the steering. I'm going to move. Oh yeah, there's some kind of binding in the steering. Linkage. Yeah, I could feel it. With the suspension removed, it's doing a good amount of binding for some reason. What is going on? Like that. It's notchy. Might be an investigation for another day. Let me look at the drive shafts. Drive shafts look okay. But it's extra notchy. It's possible one of these screws is hitting the drive shafts. These screws on the bottom. Well, I'm going to have to figure that out on another night. All aspects, bro. Tell us what the problem you think on your red cat is. Just heard a bunch of noises. It looked like some kind of crazy fight going downstairs, which is odd because there's only one person there. Her name starts with M, ends in Lissa. I guess that was her way of complaining about taking out the garbage. All right, my dudes, I'm going to be here for like 5 more minutes. I appreciate you tuning in. You know, had some severe back pain yesterday. It's still pretty bad right now, but don't forget, I'm dedicated to the channel. I'm dedicated to the mission of making Nitro great again. I'm going to give you guys a link to a video I just posted on my second channel. If you can, please go sub up. I need the numbers. Trying to dominate the NitroGang world. So this is a pretty good video. It's the OS21T Max. It's been re-edited for the second channel with what matters. So if you can, go sub up to that and just give it some views. I need the watch hours, guys. I need the watch hours. You done fighting the garbage?
We had put on mute.
What's wrong with the garbage? You had to fight it?
We had maggots.
Well, the garbage needs to be thrown out. It's hot outside.
No. I had to clean the trash can.
Well, yeah, you got to clean the trash can. That's how it works. You know, we didn't get hefty bags. What do you expect? When you get cheap bags, they leak. BMR 31 Sandy's downstairs and a nice AC. I'm going to try to go join him right now with my back pain, you know, laying a heating pad for a little while.
He's sleeping.
Yeah, he's sleeping. He likes to nap till about the time I go to sleep. That's his thing. All right, my dudes, that's about it. I'm going to call it a day. Thank you guys for joining. Sub up to the second channel if you're not already a viewer. That channel is not monetized. Maybe one day it will. Eduardo, I appreciate that, bro. The video's pretty dope. It's my OS21T Max, by the way. Yeah, full tones. That's why I be buying cheap bags. I'm spending on nitros out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that for no reason. Oh, Tarek sent a clip of his boat. Let me see if I got it. Hold on. Did you send it to my phone? Can't play it there because I'm on a live stream. If you send it to the Facebook page, I'll show it right now. Mario RC wants to know. Let me answer your question, man. Mario RC is asking, is Traxxas fuel good? So, you know, if you're very, very hungry, Popeye's food is very good, right? But if you're like average hungry, then Wendy's is good. I'm just kidding around. So the thing is, Traxxas fuel is fuel. It's definitely classified as fuel. The reason people dislike it is because it has a very high oil content. I mean, you could tune a new Traxxas to run perfectly well on it. But of course, when you run something that is like VP, your engine will perform a little bit better. You'll have lower engine temperatures. But yes, I have seen good running Traxxas fueled engines as well. The thing is, there's literally zero reason to buy Traxxas fuel only because it's actually more expensive. If you want good fuel, I put a link in this video. 25% nitro, 11% oil. Right? If let's say you can't get any other fuel at all, then yes, Traxxas is considered good. But if you can, then I would say no. Right? Just because of that. Also, in my experience, every single used RC I bought that I knew ran Traxxas fuel, it's been completely gummed up and destroyed. Almost every time. Right, but that could also be user error, right? I don't want to say it's because of the fuel itself. Sergio, thank you, man. You have a good week. Probably going to get one of those chicken snack wraps from McDonald's maybe in 2 days when I can go outside. And we're going to compare them to Popeyes because they want a battle. I'll give them a battle, baby. Yeah, John Hensley goes 35 a gallon at the local hobby shop for Sidewinder. Yeah, there's literally just no purpose, no reason to buy Traxxas fuel unless you have zero choice. You know what I mean? Because it's not even cheaper. I could understand if it was like 2/3 the price, but it isn't. There's literally no advantage. All right, my dudes, that's about it. I'm going to call it a day. Thank you all. Have a good night. Stay real. Oh, yeah, Tarek sent it. Okay, I got to play it now. Okay. Let me load it. Well, I don't know why you did that.
It was me.
All right, guys, before we go, we're going to play Tarek's Sickening Boat. Yep, that's what I want to be doing. Oh, yeah, that looks hot. Looks like Miami Vice out here. Bro, is that the Hulk Hogan show? No. Tropic Thunder? No. What was the 80s crime show with Hulk Hogan? What was the one with the boats? Sickening. Truly sickening. Look at that tune and run. That's a proper boat right there. Oh, Miami Vice. Yeah, no, but there was another one with Hulk Hogan in it. He was the main star. Sickening. All right, my dudes. That's about it. Hopefully I join the Nitro Boat Gang again. Because I'm already joined up, you know what I mean? But you all take care. Have a good night and great week.